What's happening? OG here with a video, the first in a series. I think this may be a series. This is a guide to running a channel on YouTube, or at least it's pieces of advice that I can give you. There's two types of people, two types of YouTubers. There are observers who just watch videos, and then there are content makers who make videos of their own. They make video replies to people's other videos. They make content. And in my opinion, the two are equally important. You need observers for people to want to make videos for, because if you're on YouTube and you're making videos, you do care what other people think. If you just didn't give a fuck what anyone else thought about, then you would make your little videos, you'd watch them on your own computer, you'd never upload them to the internet. So obviously you care what people think. So you have observers, and obviously you need people to make the content that they come onto YouTube to watch. Well, almost every content maker is also an observer themselves. There's very few people who make videos on here but never watch anyone else's. Maybe Pat Condell is one of those people. I don't know. So yeah, this video is going to focus on if you've started a channel and you're making your own videos, or if you want to get into starting your channel and make your own videos. So the first thing I have to say is, do not get frustrated with like low view counts, or if their reaction is not great right at the start, because I know, trust me, I guarantee it, dude, people still try and argue against this, and these are people who are so, dude, they suck the corporate dick, they suck YouTube's dick as far as the company's dick like no one else, dude, and they can't pull it out of their mouth. Like no matter what they do, they can't, and they apparently their dicks are jammed in their ears as well, because they can't fucking hear what you're saying and telling them. They are so convinced that there's nothing YouTube possibly does to hurt the little guy. Well, let me tell you guys right now, it's a fucking fact, dude. YouTube wants to turn this shit into HuluTube. They want to turn this shit into a corporate brand. Corporations run over everybody. If Disney, come on in. ESPN, come on in. Fucking anybody who's an established, Hannah Montana, come on in. Okay, because that's where the money's at. These people know how to generate content that advertisers will advertise on. So they are trying to stomp the little guy out. That's a subject for another video. But it's hard. It's much harder today to get a channel started and get views than it was however long ago. Much harder. There's more people here now. That should equal out to easier to get views, but it doesn't, because it's not set up for you as much as it was before. It's set up for Disney. It's set up for partners. It's set up for that type of thing. Here's a good example. The True Puka. When I first discovered him, poor lad. Here's this cat that was making these videos where you could tell he was putting all kinds of time into these videos, or at least they were very well made videos with very salient points, and it was shit and subjects that are hard to tackle, that require research, proper amount of research into. He wasn't making huge and obvious mistakes. He's putting these videos out, and he's putting them out pretty frequently. And they were enjoyable videos to watch. He'd put up a video that was just a really well made video, and he'd have 45 views. Then you'd look down the list of his videos, like 125 views, 80 views, 60 views. Oh, here's one that really blew up, 300 views. Like that shit is frustrating. If you fucking put all your time into making this video, you come up with all these great points no one else is really making, these angles that no one else is really coming up with, and you're like, yeah, and you watch the video through before you even upload it, you've rendered it, now you're watching it through, reviewing it, and indeed, it's badass, it's awesome. You throw it up onto YouTube, and you come back the next day after, like, staying away from it and wanting to check it out, and you check it out, 45 views. Like, fuck, dude, that's frustrating shit, dude. A motherfucker will smash his webcam and throw his video editing software in the garbage can and never do it again. It's like, that can be frustrating, especially if you really did do a good job. So that's point number one. Hang in there. Alright, it'll get better. People will notice. More people will be your subscriber. They'll send it to their friends, whatever. It'll get better. Number two, criticism. You have to, in my opinion, it will behoove you to pay attention to overall criticism. Get in your comment section and look at it, but there are things on the internet, this entity, the troll. I'm sure you're familiar with them. You must have seen them. These people are not people who, in real life, are the guys that everybody wants to hang out with, or that everybody wants to hear their opinion. Okay, this is not the guy who shows up at work and something's happening, everybody runs up and they want to find out what his opinion is, or he's probably got a funny take on it. If you're making your own videos, you're probably one of those people, at least to a point, that people are interested in what you have to say about things. Okay, the troll, he's always wanted to be that person. No, they're not this person. They've never been the popular person in their life. And these are the people who come on your fucking your video. You're making a point about the complex ethics, business ethics of today's world, and does our consumer model promote good ethical practices or something like that. They come on there and their comment is, "You're a fucking douchebag. Fuck you, socialist. You should go crawl in a hole and die because you're worthless. You're ugly or your hair is stupid." Like I said, these people have never been popular. No one's ever cared in their real life what they think about anything. And he confuses the attention that the person who's popular or at least who's interesting, they confuse that with the type of attention that they get when they come on a channel and just a video and just start saying a bunch of insults, and then everybody starts paying attention to them. They like that attention because it's some kind of attention. And the internet is a huge place. So it's guaranteed that no matter what type of videos you make, there will always be somebody talking shit about what you've done. It's guaranteed. I promise you that. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. They'll go on to another video and they'll go on to say some more shit about someone. And then they'll turn their computer off when they're done and they'll go back to their sad, pathetic, worthless little waste of a life. And they're probably going to cry when they think about who they are. Now, there is criticism that you do need to pay attention to, and I believe you should pay attention to. You should pay attention to, especially if it's people, or you know people who make good videos and do things well themselves. Pay attention to their criticisms, you know, and especially if you look and there's an overall criticism that keeps coming up, like in comments and stuff, you probably should pay attention to that. Now, people, even a person who is really good at something, sometimes that same person's not all that good at being able to tell what's good for you if you're trying to do that same thing. So I'm not saying that just blanket, you know, if they're a person who's good at making videos, always pay attention to their criticism. You have to kind of just take it, you know, as you go. Sometimes a person does great fucking videos and they'll give you a worthless, terrible piece of advice. You know, you have to just judge things for yourself. Try things out. Try different things out. That's another thing. Here's the last point I'll make in this video. If you're making your own videos, try different things out, man. It fails sometimes. Trust me, you guys see me, I'll try a different format or I'll do something different, you know, and it will fail. Sometimes it happens, dude. Other times you'll do something that just seems way out of left field and you think, should I do that? Should I risk doing it that way? Then you do it and it works out great, and it's something that people aren't used to. If you fail 4 times with a concept, you know, if it fails that badly, pull the damn video. Pull it right out of there. If it's that bad, if it's really bad, just take it off. But even if you fail 4 or 5 times really hard, and it sucks when you do, if you make that one breakthrough, because everybody who does videos on YouTube can look back and probably can look back and see and remember when they did one thing differently or changed something or took on a whole new topic. And then they can remember that when they did that, they got a lot more notice and everything got a lot better for them, and they started to feel like things were moving along a little better. So if you fail 4 or 5 times hard, that one time where you do it, you have a breakthrough and it's awesome, it's going to be totally worth it. There's so many other things I have to say about this. There's a million things I have to say about this. So if enough of you guys are interested, and enough is like just if a small amount of you guys are interested really, then we'll do some more like this. It's not hard to make these videos, obviously. If there's enough people, you know, we'll do another one. We'll make a part 2, 3, 4, whatever. If no one's interested really at all, then, you know, we'll probably leave it at part 1. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.